You know, a lot of people have heroes that they look up to. I mean, some people look up to political figures, some people look up to sports personalities, some people look up to people that have changed the world with technology, like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, real heroes, you know. But my hero when I was a kid was fictional, and he shot webs from his hands, and he could spin a web any size, and his name was Batman. No, I'm talking about Spider-Man. Very cool thing happened to me when I was 10 years old. It was one of my favorite memories of all time. My brothers and I found out that Spider-Man was going to be appearing live at Kmart in our neighborhood. Well, Kmart was the store to go to back then because it had clothes, it had sporting goods, it had guns, it had toys, it had food, it had everything. But this day, it had Spider-Man. Picture this, it's the 1970s, and you watch the, you know, the 1960s cartoon. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever, you finish that off. I used to watch that cartoon all the time, in black and white of all things. In fact, they would even announce when a color show was coming on, this is brought to you in color. But anyway, I watched that cartoon all the time. I used to read the comic books about Spider-Man. I had the little Mego action figures where he had like a little cloth suit and orange like plastic hands and the rubber Spider-Man head. Spider-Man freak, you might say. And to find out he was gonna be in my hometown at Kmart that I could get to, you have no idea. My little brain just exploded, and I had to pick it up and put it back in my head. Here we are, my three brothers and I walk into Kmart. I see this whole group of kids, right? And I'm about 10, so I can't see over the kids. So I'm looking around like, where's Spider-Man? Where is he? He's gotta be around here somewhere. All I see is a bunch of kids, and then it's almost like a beam of light that like burst out of the ground. Spider-Man stands up from behind the kids. He'd been crouching down. Spider-Man is there, and I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh, it's really him. I stand in line, frozen with fear. I get to go talk to Spider-Man, and he's standing on a desk. He's like up above on a desk, and he's crouching down and doing all these Spider-Man poses, so really cool. And I'm waiting with bated breath, and I'm walking, I'm getting closer, and I finally get up to Spider-Man. And I'm freaked out. Little Butch Hartman is just freaked out. Eyes this big. I think I froze. I think time stopped for me right there. And he goes, "What's your name?" "Butch." "Hi, Butch. Do you read my comics?" And I said, "Yes, Spider-Man." "Very cool. Thank you so much. Can you shoot your webs and swing around the store?" He says, "Well, you know, I could, but my web shooter is not really working right now, and to be honest with you, I'd get webs everywhere, and the manager wouldn't like that." And I said, "Okay, Spider-Man, wow." Then he gave me this little medallion. It was like a little bronze medallion with a picture of Spider-Man on one side. On the other side it said, "With great power comes great responsibility, Stan Lee." And then they gave us comic books too. It was like getting better. And I'm super psyched, and I get my comic and I look at it, and it's a Spider-Man team-up comic. So I see Spider-Man, and then I see his team with Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. And you're probably sitting there going, "Who's Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu?" And that's exactly what I said. Who's Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu? All I wanted was the Spider-Man comic. And at the end of the comics back then, you'd see ads for things like, you know, you get your own submarine for $5, or sell Grit. Grit was like this newspaper comic thing you could sell, and I don't know anybody who ever sold it. And then the coolest thing was the ad for sea monkeys. The drawing of the sea monkeys was awesome, and it's like, oh my gosh, you could send away for sea monkeys? They had like a little underwater town, and like, there was the mom and dad sea monkey and the little kid sea monkey, and they looked like kind of like humanoid alien people, but they were friendly looking, and you're like, I could actually have this? I could have these alien creatures in my bedroom? I send away for the sea monkeys, and then the sea monkeys show up, a little box comes, and I'm like, they're in here. The sea monkeys are in this box. So I open up the box, expecting to see the little alien people, and there's nothing. There's a little container with brine shrimp. They were shrimp. They're little tiny like creatures about that big that swim around in a bowl of water. And that's all they are. They're not, I don't know okay, who's got a bunch of brine shrimp they want to sell, number one, and then who comes up with the idea to call them sea monkeys and make the cool drawing? Who is that person? That person is a genius. This dude is living in a mansion probably. The mansion's probably made out of piles of cash that he's made. He uses the wads of cash like bricks. Probably laughing with a big fat cigar. I sold sea monkeys to children. And all of his evil friends are laughing around a big turkey, and there's kids outside of a window because it's cold outside, but they can't get in. Whoever the sea monkey genius was, I gotta hand it to you, you know, but I will find you. I will find you, and I will come and take my cash out of your house made of money. But anyway, got my comic, got my medallion. My brothers all got medallions and comics. We walked out of there. We were on cloud nine, having just met my hero, Spider-Man. And you know what? I got a lot of other stories, guys, if you want to hear them. I can talk about going to CalArts. I can talk about working at Nickelodeon. I can talk about, you know, working at Hanna-Barbera. I can talk about, you know, all the people I know in the industry. I can talk about meeting some other famous celebrities. Whatever you guys want to hear me talk about and animate, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, follow me on social media, all that fun stuff, and see you next time.
Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.